Ladies and gentlemen, call Brister. The groove. Let's go. The groove. The groove.
Welcome to the groove and welcome to the groove. All my groovy people, what's up, you guys? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Carl Brister, host of the groove. And on this show, this is where music meets passion, and we find that special sweet spot in life, and we try to find our groove and ride it together. So glad to see you guys joining right now. So glad to see you. What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitter? So happy that you guys are with me tonight. Guys, you know tonight is a special night. I am super excited. I'm super just charged up and so ready to go. You know, tonight we are premiering the music video for my new single, Trauma. Yes, which was released on Friday, April 22nd, and is now streaming on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, you name it. And I was just told that it was added to a special R&B playlist on Pandora Music. So you guys, thank you so much. I see you coming in. I see you guys and so happy to have you tonight. So listen, if you haven't heard it yet, you got to go stream it. But you know what to do. You know what we always do here, groovy people. We subscribe to this channel so that you can get everything first. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, you know what we do. Follow me, friend me, all of that. If you're watching from Instagram, what's up to you guys as well? Listen, I need you guys to share this link tonight. We're going to share the love because this is a show you're going to definitely want others to see. I want you to share the link. I want you to start your watch party. I want you to subscribe, call your aunties and them and cousin and thems and let them know we about to do this tonight and launch this special video together. But first, while you guys are getting ready, while you're logging in, while you're sharing the link, I want you guys to kick back, enjoy this throwback performance of one of my favorites. It's a classic by yours truly. To get this thing started tonight, I'm Still Here. Check it out. Enjoy.
Ha! Ho! Ho! Hey! Hey! Come on, everybody. Listen, I heard the preacher say the other day, the only way to go to is through. Hey, come on. Well, it was all a test, now I'm stronger. I can really face tomorrow. Oh, I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here. I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here. I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here. I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here. Oh. You're here to testify for all the pain and tears that you made us. Whoa, even though your loved ones have gone away, I know his love will never fade away. Hi, come on, hands up. Oh, I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here. Let's go. I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here. Oh, I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here. I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here. Ooh, so glad, so glad, so glad I made it through. Now I'm here to tell my story about my yesterday. Ha. So glad, so glad, so glad I made it through. Now I'm here to tell my story. Hi, hi, come on, ho, hey. When I was young, I went through what no child should ever see. But I'm still here, and this is why I gotta say, my life was threatened, molestation tried to take me out. Told I would regret it if I ever opened my mouth. For years and years, I hid the tears. Wet from pain, from hurt, from shame. I asked the Lord to tell me why it had to be this way. Perhaps to help somebody say, come on, let me hear you. Perhaps to help somebody say, hey, if you alive, you can say, I'm still here. By the grace of God, y'all. Hey, hey, come on, sing it. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. Come on, come on. I'm still here. I'm still here. Hey, if you alive, you can say, I'm still here. I'm still here. By the grace of God, y'all. Come on, hey, I'm still here. Come on, let's make a joyful noise in this place.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm so glad that I'm still here, and I'm even more glad tonight that you are here. What's up? What's up? I see you guys on Facebook. I see you on YouTube, shouting all of you out. Y'all let me know that you are here with me so that we can have a great conversation together tonight. I shout out to Arkema Campbell. What's up? Thank you for checking in, fam. And listen, tonight, this is a special episode of The Groove. And The Groove, if you're a musician and you've ever been in a jam session, you know that groove is that sweet spot. It's where all the rhythms, all the musicianship, is where all the pieces come together. And that's what we want to do tonight. We want to come together in order for us to find that rhythm that takes us the rest of the way. So listen, in order for us to do that, I get to communicate with you, you get to communicate with me, and we make music together. So I want you guys to hit the chats. I want you to let me know that you're here, where you're checking in from. And listen, if you've had a chance to hear the new single, Trauma, I would love to hear your thoughts and your feedback and what if it touched you in any special way. I'd love to just have the conversation together tonight. Listen, I want to shout out VA. VA is popping in here. What's up, VA? I see you, T Senior. That's management right there. Thank you so much for stopping in. I see you. And listen, we have a great show tonight. We have special guests in the house tonight. We have such a big show that I want to keep it moving. But listen, I also have some important dates that I got to share with everybody. So listen, I need y'all to save the date. We got a big event happening this Saturday, May 7th. This Love and Unity Scholarship Bike Ride is our first bike ride ever. And we want to bless some young musicians. The scholarship is to support young musicians who are striving, who need instruments, who need private lessons and tuition assistance. I want y'all to check this out. Listen, this is the Scholarship Bike Ride. Yes, that's the Love and Unity Scholarship Bike Ride happening May 7th. That's this Saturday, guys. And the early bird sign up ends on Friday. So this is the last week to sign up. But listen, we have giveaways happening. We have refreshments happening. We'll have t-shirts there, music, DJ, live performance by the School of Rock in Montclair, New Jersey, and others. You got to come out. It's going to be a great time. If you're in the West Orange area, it's going to travel to Montclair State, as you saw. And look, if you're watching from a distance, whether you're a different state or not, you can also participate remotely. That's right. So listen, we just want to support these young artists and young musicians and let them know that the community is with them. If the community supports the artists, we know that the artists will support the community. All right. Oh, hold up. We also have another date, May 21st. The Love and Unity Music Fest is happening. Y'all know what this is. If you don't know what the Love and Unity Music Fest is, if you've never been, this is the year for you. This is an event that I started in 2016 to bring the community together through music. Nothing better than that. There'll be jazz, rock, pop, hip hop, R&B, blues, Latin music, all of this gospel music coming together to bring everybody together in love and unity. Y'all, look, the lineup is fire this year. So you got to be there. Look, check it out. We'll both be hitting the stage. Our good sister Viola Sykes will be hitting the stage. And
yes, she will. That's right. La Viola will be there. Oh, that's going to be great.
We got a great array of different kinds of music. We have opera, we have jazz, we have rock, hip hop, R&B, we have gospel choirs from West Orange, New Jersey. It's going to be a great time. Everybody,
man,
save the day. And
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, for Jersey folk, y'all know the one and only Soul House King, Kenny Bobian, is going to be there. He's going to hit the stage, and so many more. We have Nat Adderley Jr. for you jazz fans, and our guest, one of our guests tonight, will also be hitting the stage with him, Lynette Sheard. So many more, and yours truly, of course, will close it out. So you guys, you got to come on out on May 21st. So before we move forward, hey, I see you. Who's Jenna Jordan? What's up, Jenna? Thank you for popping in. Thank you for watching. I see Jamal Hill. He says P-Town is in the house. Okay, what up, what up, what up? I see Rudy. Rudy, that's the fam right there. Thank you for stopping by. And listen, everybody, if you're here, if you're with me tonight, I need to know and I need to feel your love. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. Follow me, but send me the chat. I really, really, really need to know if you're out there and how you feel about the song Trauma. You know, we're about to reveal the music video for the first time in just a few minutes. And our next guest was a major, major part of that. I'm going to bring on the director for the music video Trauma in just a short while. But I wanted to just sort of stop and talk to you guys a little bit about Trauma. Yo, I see Tim Arrington is checking in. My brother, thank you so much for being here and for your support. Listen, Trauma is a song that I like to say, it took a lifetime to write. the lyrics of Trauma have been a journey for me. And if you've heard the song, then you'll definitely know what I mean. But to be clear, this song it's a story, and it is a personal story. And it is a story about a young man, a young boy, myself, who had a traumatic childhood experience. And at the age of 5, that boy, was sexually assaulted by a family friend, or someone that the family trusted. I don't think that I should say friend. And this song sort of details the journey, but I want you guys to know from the depth of my soul that this song was written, sung, played, and performed from a place of power and from a place of strength. And my hope, my sincere hope, is that it is an encouragement to anyone who's gone through any traumatic experience, and that it encourages you to stand strong. And when these words came through me, I just knew I had to record it. I knew instantly that I had to record this song. And I see you guys, and I thank you for the love. And I want you guys to sort of get just a little bit about how this song came to be and where it started from. And then we're going to check out the video. But check this out, guys. This is how Trauma came to be, this song.
Hi, everybody. My name is Pete Caputo, and I'm a musician and recording artist, but most importantly, I'm a friend of Carl Brister's. Well, a few months ago, Carl and I were talking about some projects that he's been working on, and one of them was this song, Trauma. He told me how important it was for him, and I said, well, listen, why don't you just come down to the studio and let's just get this thing off the ground. So he came down. The process was simple, very basic. We just started with the most important piece of business, which was to pray. Then after we prayed, Carl just sat down at the piano and he started to play this hauntingly beautiful piano track. I mean, it was perfect. And then he went right into the vocal track and laid down his vocal. I think it took maybe 2 hours. That was it. We talked about maybe adding some bass and maybe some other elements to the track, but we both kept coming back to the idea that this song was perfect just the way it was. I think, from there, it took a few more months after that. Carl did some finishing and polishing up to the track, and he was going to release it when the time was right, and well, the time is right. So first of all, Carl, I want to thank you for trusting in me to help you realize this track. And I am truly honored to have played my little part in all of this. But most importantly, I know that God is going to use this. He's going to use this track to change lives, to heal hearts, and cause people to know about that light that's inside that will guide them through the pain of any trauma that they're going through. So thanks again, Carl. God bless you, brother, and God bless all of you as you listen to this song.
Thank you, Pete. So that's Pete Caputo, a good brother, a good friend. And this song was a walk of faith from beginning to end. And when Pete opened up his studio and said, just come, again, I just knew that I was supposed to do exactly that. So thank you, Pete. And I see a few more comments that I want to try to acknowledge. Jenna, thank you so much. I appreciate you for listening. She says it's an amazing song and the video is touching. Thank you so much. I see Atlanta's checking in. Kenyetta York Lynch, your nonprofit, Let Your Voice Be Heard foundation that supports survivors of sexual abuse. I'm so happy that you are here, and I'm glad to share this as a resource for so many who have triumphed and come through. And you guys, I am privileged and honored to present to you all the premiere of Trauma, the music video. Enjoy.
There was a boy, a shy little guy from a town not far from here, where he learned a little too soon a grown-up word called fear. And he'd hide beneath the sheets playing peekaboo, but nobody knew the trauma he'd been through. Ooh, child, trauma, don't let it take your light. Ooh, it's gonna get brighter when you shine that light you hide so deep within. Won't let you in, child. Trauma, don't let it take your light. He grew up, never said one word about that day when he learned that fairy tales and the world were not the same, and the superheroes don't always come to save the day. So he taught himself to trust never again. And, ooh, child, trauma, don't let it take your light. Ooh, it's gonna get brighter when you shine that light you hide so deep within. Won't let you in, child. Trauma, don't let it take. Don't let it take your light. Well, that never again became imprisonment, invisible for the eyes to see, especially me. And the more I tried to keep it all inside, the more I knew I had to be free. So
And there we are. That is the premiere of Trauma, the music video that I say it's taken a lifetime. I'm so grateful to you guys. We have with us the director of that video. I see you, Tim. I'm saying the same thing. And I see the different comments. I see you. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate your comments. Please keep them coming. I'm going to bring in the director, Mr. Andre Crazy One Griffith. Hey, Dre.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The responses are beautiful. They're really responding well, man. I personally need to say thank you. Thank you for hearing this song, meeting me at my vision, and then expanding it to be a beautiful work of art.
Not a problem, man.
Can you sort of share with everybody your creative approach to this song, Trauma?
Well, I had one initial approach, and you and I had this talk. Like in the first. Sorry, here we go. Can you hear me now?
I got you, brother.
Okay, cool. All right. So the approach was, and we talk about this like in the first 5 minutes of the conversation, not to be cheesy. And the one thing that is associated with songs like this so many times is some just corny, cheesy skit that has to play out. It feels like whenever someone makes a song so serious as this, it has to have some sort of like literal visual representation of what's going on. And the one thing that I didn't want to do is I didn't want to do that. I believe that when you have a song like this, it needs to look like a normal music video. And so the conversation you and I had back and forth was, how can we show pain and triumph without showing the act of pain and the I don't know how to say the second part, but show the triumph without it being like a story based. Like tell the story without actually telling a story, just through visual representation. And the most artsy way that I can do that, I felt, was with the lights. And because the song is centered around light dimming and light shining, representing your trauma and then your triumph. So let's do a scene with the absence of light, and then let's do a scene full of light. And that's how we came up with this particular concept.
People are really sharing how this video has touched them throughout, and there's been others who have responded so powerfully to this work, man. Your use of, I'm not even going to say, I'm just going to share some reactions that we've been getting. Just check it out.
Hey, Tim Arrington here. Listen, I want to take this time to congratulate Carl Brister. Man, your new song, Trauma, amazing. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. You did it. And I want to take this time to honor you and to celebrate you. Second thing I want to do is I want to thank you. Thank you for being courageous enough to use your voice to address a topic that is taboo in the community, unfortunately. But thank you for doing it, man. This is something huge. What I love about the song is in the video, the first thing I noticed was a young black boy who was gifted, had all this talent, but who knew that he would face a traumatic situation like being abused sexually. But he somehow took his talent and allowed that to be his therapy. And as you can see, as you know, I identify with that, man. And again, thank you. Thank you for doing this. What I'm most proud of is that you did not let trauma take your shine. Thank you for those words, man. Thank you. I celebrate you, man. Congratulations again, Carl.
It's just you. I think, you know, the words of the people who are seeing this are speaking for themselves. Did you have any? I think, you know, your tactful way of dealing with the topic, you know, and working with the youth. How did you approach that?
So I wanted to show a progression of you, actually. And so when we brought in our two young pianists, we actually had fun during this shoot, because I believe young Miles never played piano before this, and he literally like took the time to try to learn the song the best he could. So the original concept was for everybody to play the song as best they could, and we would kind of just sync it up with the music. But again, because Miles isn't a trained pianist, he just did what he knew. And so I had to make an audible on that day and say, okay, Miles isn't getting it, so let's use his imperfection to our benefit, which was, that's when you heard him playing, that was literally him live playing and him live messing up. Because if anybody has ever played a piano before, you know that you don't walk in to your first song perfect. Like I play keys, so I understand. Okay, C, D, E, F, G, and you know you're trying to do all this stuff, and your fingers aren't curled properly, and you're messing up and everything like that. So that's what happens in the beginning. And so if Miles was the representation of you in the beginning of this experience, then that imperfection, that messing up, that's what I said. Okay, but next we brought in Jordan, right?
Justin,
yes. So next we brought in Justin. Justin has a little bit more experience, and he was a little bit more poised when he did this. So I wanted to show that the maturity between young Carl and younger Carl, you know, or should I say younger Carl and then young Carl.
Yeah, let's do it like that.
Right. And Justin actually had the ability to play and sing some of the stuff. So let's incorporate that. He's a little bit more skilled, a little bit more mature, but we still wanted to show him dealing with it. So when I approached his scene, and I'm like, listen, I don't want you to smile. I really want you to just kind of play this thing looking sad. And so that progression from Justin over to you, I had to like yell at you a couple of times, and it's kind of funny story, but not so funny story for the audience. Every time we ran through this song with grown-up Carl, he cried. And I'm like, listen, okay, the first couple times
you wasn't supposed to tell that part.
Oh no, we spilling the tea, brother. We spilling the tea. So I told him, I said, listen, the first couple times, I get it. This is an emotional song. Now this is like, I'm in full director mode here now. I'm like, listen, the first couple times, I got it. It hit you. This is the emotional song. However, we need to get through the song, and we're going to do the song at least 20 more times throughout the day. So I'm gonna need you not to cry, brother. But when he hit that piano, and he started to play, and he started to play, he started to sing, the passion came through in the performance. So I did little in directing him in that moment. Most of the times when I'm directing something like this, I would have, like, while the track is playing, I would shout, all right, give me a little bit more, give me a little bit more. Okay, now fill it at this part. I didn't really have to do that. And so when we did the him sitting at the piano scene, that was like almost like just God's honest, real performance. That was just a raw emotion, him playing on the piano. So that part was, I don't want to say it was fun, because it wasn't fun, but I just kind of let you have that space, because it was essential for that scene. And again, we were showing the juxtaposition of lack of light and full of light. Once we got to the full of light and we started figured out how to hang all the light bulbs around him, which was a task and a half. Let me tell you, we literally bought these lights specifically for this video. And then, production, I ended up using it in other places, but
my gosh.
Yeah, listen, like the plan was to bring those lights right back and get the money back for those things, but we ended up using them in like 3 or 4 other shoots. So but
listen, before you go too far, I want you guys, I want to introduce the actors to everyone. So if you're watching, I thank you. I see some awesome comments out there from Cheryl Mazda. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful sentiment. Thank you so much. Tim, thank you for sharing on that video. Thank you so much. Also, I see you guys. And yes, the song is out now. It is streaming everywhere. Everywhere you stream or download music, you can hear Trauma, and you can get it. And this is Mental Health Awareness Month. This is the start of it. And we're going to be talking about trauma in depth. We have 2 special guests that's going to join us as well, just to talk a little bit about trauma, and some resources that can help anyone who's watching out there. But Dre, you mentioned 2 very, very, very talented and special young men. In fact, you mentioned 3, and I want everybody to meet these guys. Here are the actors for Trauma, the music video. All right. Yeah. All right. So Miles, this is your first video. You have to. So what was it like to? Yeah.
It was really fun.
So tell me about what was fun.
So about that, I really got to play a real piano, and it's in the way it's fun. I gotta do things that I've never really done before.
Oh, okay, great. What about so how'd you get ready for playing the piano?
Well, I practiced really.
Yeah, who were your coach and what was that like?
So Jordan was my coach. He was a really good coach, and that was an advantage for all of us because he knows how to play the piano, and he could teach, and he taught me and Justin and Jordan. Wait, I must say Justin. Well, this is an important song because it was about something. Well, it was about things that you couldn't do because of your childhood trauma.
And how can you think this song help others?
By knowing that trauma can't keep you from the things that you want to do.
All right, so how was it shooting the trauma video?
I loved it, every part of it. I admit, a little bit nervous, but I'm glad I pulled through it.
How did it feel playing your dad?
To me, I felt like since I'm already a little bit of a musician, that I'm glad that I'm following his footsteps a little. So I think it kind of relates to in real life. Ooh, child, trauma don't let it take your light. Ooh, it's gonna get brighter when you shine that light.
Well, great job. What was your favorite part of this?
My favorite part of this was playing the actual piano, like my first real piano.
Awesome. All right, thank you. Yeah, those were the homies, right?
Those were the homies.
Yeah. Just shout out to Jordan, who worked behind the scenes on the video shoot as an intern.
Yes.
Right?
He was my PA.
Yep. Justin and Miles, who worked so hard, they practiced. And for me, it was important that the piano playing looked and was real. So, Jordan and mostly Jordan worked with them because I was working on everything else. So he worked with the two of them. And I taught Jordan the song. Well, he picked it up very quickly. We call him J Maestro. And Jordan taught the guys. And then we had to go over lip syncing. And so by the time they got to you, they had learned it well enough to actually play it,
right?
And that worked out. And Dre, I just want to say thank you, brother. I know you are on your birthday weekend as well. Everybody, if you could just throw up a heart or shout out to Dre for his birthday. And just real quickly, your wife also is a talented photographer. She was there clicking, and all of the pictures you guys that you've been seeing, there she is, Takoa, Black Pearl Photography. All the pictures that you guys have been seeing, Takoa shot on the set. So I just want to say thank you, my friend, for being here. I'm looking forward to that next one. I'm not going to tell anyone what the song is yet, but it's already in the works. And let me see in these comments. I see some happy birthdays out there. Happy birthday to you from Rachel Guthman. Happy birthday from Jenna, from Tess Lewis. You're getting love, brother.
I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
Lisa, thank you for your comment to Miles and Justin and Jordan. And brother, I just want to say enjoy your birthday, and we will do more work. I'm sure.
Thank you, bro. Congratulations on the launch of the video. It's kind of hard saying that when you help do it, but congratulations on the launch of the video, man. And I hope that it goes places and places and places.
Thank you. And I know that God has a plan for it, and I know every heart it is intended to reach, it will.
Yes.
Thank you, man. Have an awesome day.
Not a problem, man. Thank you for having me on.
All right. So, guys, listen, we have two special guests that are about to come up really quickly. We have another response, and I thank you guys for the love. I'm going to play the video in case you just joined. We're going to play it once again at the end. We have, hey, Cheryl Waters, I see you out there. Shout out to you guys on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Thank you so much. Listen, but we have two special guests that I'm going to bring on at this time. Ms. Lynette Sheard of the Mental Health Association of New Jersey, and Mr. Dwayne Dixon of New Jersey Child Assault Prevention Organization. Before they come, I want you to hear another person who shared a reflection, and the next voices will be Lynette and Dwayne.
Yo, man, the video, wow. That was my first reaction, hearing the lyrics and then seeing the visual is just like, wow. And I've known you for a long time, and I had no idea that you were carrying this experience. And so, yeah, the video, I mean, it's simple from a visual perspective, but very powerful. And the part that sticks out to me the most is when you're in the light and you're shining, and your lyric line is saying, "Trauma, don't let it take your light." Deep, bro. I hope that this message, the song, the video presentation helps and heals a lot of people and brings some sympathy and empathy because it's deep, man. You're a survivor, you're a champion, you're strong, man. And I applaud you for taking this step and doing this.
Hey, Lynette.
Hey, Carl. Whoa, that was incredible. Wow.
Yeah, you know, that gentleman, Lonnie Christian, is a musician, and he's my very first drummer. We've gone through quite a bit together, and yet he never knew. How many cases do you see of, unaddressed trauma, or people who may not even know they're carrying it?
Well, the thing about it is we see it all the time. Just like, your friends see you, we see it all the time, but do we really see? I think, with Mental Health Awareness Month, that, you using your art for advocacy, helps people to hear uncomfortable messages and hopefully inspire them to look within and to break the silence. Mental health awareness is really about breaking the silence and breaking the stigma by just coming forward and just sharing what 53% of people experience. 53%, 1 in 3. And this data is taken from 2020, as recent as 2020, from free screenings from Mental Health America. That trauma impacts your mental health. And what is trauma? Trauma is an emotional response to a terrible event like an accident, a rape, or natural disaster. Immediately after, the event, there's some shock, there's some denial, which is absolutely typical. Longer term reactions include unpredictable emotions, flashbacks, strained relationships, physical symptoms. We in the mental health, we have this expression, our issues live in our tissues. Headaches, nausea, overwhelm, inability to cope, loneliness, depression, anxiety. But the thing about it is, what may be traumatic for you may not be traumatic to someone else. Like we just came through a pandemic. We saw 9/11. We saw so many things. We saw someone murdered on TV. How that impacts someone's mental health is going to vary. So it's not one size fits all, and how people cope is going to be different. And how long people hold it is going to be different. So I encourage everyone to just really do a checkup from the neck up and get in touch with the feelings that you have and really start talking to them. Like you're talking to us through your music. You're talking to us, you're giving us an entree into, yes, this happened to me, but it does not define me. It's a part of me that helps to show you how resilient I can be. And maybe your creativity and maybe your love of music and the ability to express it is your gift. And without it, without these things, would you have the breath or the depth to really connect to others who have experienced it, but never exactly the same? So
On that note, yes, and on that note, I want to bring in Dwayne Dixon. Hi, Dwayne. How are you, man?
Hey, Carl, I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
Good. So I know that was that your what were your reactions to the video, and how does it relate to what you do?
Yeah, I mean the video itself was amazing. As Mr. Caputo said, the music was so special, and it really spoke to you. But the words really reached out to you. And the work that we do at New Jersey Child Assault Prevention, again, we're a primary prevention education company. So our job is to get kids before the trauma occurs, and let them realize that first of all they have the right to be safe, strong, and free. And then if a situation should arise, such as yours, they need to be able to talk about it. And unfortunately, as in your case, many people don't. We do workshops for parents, for staff, and eventually for the kids. And invariably, we get parents who say after the meeting, nobody ever told me that situation was not my fault. They carry that for so many years, just as you said, when we talked the other day, how you said you never told your mom, and the guilt that you dealt with, and now the guilt that she had to deal with over that period of time. So we want to make sure kids are aware that they have rights, and nobody has the right to take those things away from them. There was a way we used to talk years ago about good touch, bad touch. And it was kind of confusing because as sexual beings, touches feel good, but we kind of changed the narrative to safe touch and unsafe. Was that an unsafe touch? So we kind of want to put that into the mindset of kids. And if more kids had the ability and the knowledge that we've given them in schools, they could stop the situation or talk about it. One of the things that kids say most times is that nobody ever listens to them. So we need to get kids to understand that people will listen, but you have to talk to them. But it's fear. In your song, you talked about the threats that you had from the person, the fact that they said nobody would believe you, and it was your fault. It was never, ever your fault. And one thing I always say to the kids, the one thing I want you to take from this is the victim is never, ever to blame. So at CAP, that's something we talk about. It's one of our mantras.
Yes, and I've been associated with both the Mental Health Association, and as well as New Jersey CAP, for many years, and I know that both organizations are credible, and they both do great work. And my heart tonight was to have a resource available for anyone out there who are dealing with trauma, who and may not know what to do or where to go, and as it relates to their mental health and getting support and resources for it. And if you have experienced particularly child sexual assault, that there's a resource for you as well, and that ultimately the goal of this song, the hope of this song, is to encourage people to shine and to be as great as they were created and intended to be. And if that means speaking to professionals or getting some help, then I wanted to make sure that there was at least opportunities for that through this presentation. The other area that we seek help from is through our faith. And tonight I have one other guest and friend, Pastor Darren Monroe. Hey, Pastor Darren, how are you? Pastor Darren, in addition to being pastor of Chosen Generation Ministries in Newark, New Jersey, is also a skillful musician himself, and so he understands and sees this from many levels. Just as Lynette Sheard is also a renowned jazz vocalist in the area. And so, Pastor, can you speak to us about faith and in the healing process of trauma and seeking help for those who might feel that it could be prayed away, or I got Jesus, and that's what does faith say as it relates to this topic of trauma? Pastor Darren, I think you're muted. Yeah, we're still not hearing Pastor Darren. Lynette,
can I just say
yes.
something about that too while
Yes.
Pastor Darren's audio is being worked out?
Yes.
Is that interestingly enough, through the Mental Health Association in New Jersey, we actually have a program called PEWS, which stands for Promoting Emotional Wellness and Spirituality, linking spirituality and mental health. Because we find that most people, especially, it wasn't lost on me that in watching your video presentation to see a little Black boy, and you think about, churches and culture and kind of, maybe people who are BIPOC communities don't usually go to therapists. They will seek counsel from their spiritual advisors or to seek counsel through prayer and things like that. And PEWS really trains lay leaders, deacons, ushers to discern when it's beyond that, and to give them the skills to know signs and symptoms of mental illness. And really what mental illness is really quickly is something that affects or interrupts your ability to simply live, laugh, love, and learn. And it's when your normal is interrupted, consider seeking help. So we offer PEWS programs to all churches throughout the state of New Jersey. So if there are any churches, deacons, pastors, lay leaders who are interested in having this training at your church, please, Carl will have my information in the chat. And we would love to hear from you and do this presentation for you, because it really, it helps people so much to know that they can work together, that seeking a therapist is not going against their faith, or it's not impacting their spirituality. So just knowing that it's okay, just like, Dwayne was saying, like it's okay. Break the silence, talk. We want to hear you. What you have to say matters. We believe you. God believes you. God still loves you. It's not your fault. Those things matter so much in people's healing.
Thank you so much, Lynette. And Dwayne, is there a number or contact information for those who might need to reach out to NJCAP for support?
I'm glad you gave me the opportunity. NJCAP, again, we are a primary prevention education program. And, we've been lucky enough through the last 7 or 8 governors to be able to have our program funded. So we offer a grant funding for schools throughout the state. Every county throughout the state offers grant funding for our programs to come into schools and do workshops on prevention education. There's a little known law that's New Jersey has enacted called Aaron's Law that requires every school from pre-K on to 12 to have some kind of primary prevention education. And the DCF, Department of Children and Families, says that CAP satisfies that. So all schools need to go to our website, www.njcap.org, and fill out the application on that site. And we will bring our program into your school, but not just schools. We bring it into churches, other organizations that will allow us to come in. There is a fee associated, but you can also ask for a waiver if your organization can't afford it. and there's funds available for you. And it's all about the kids, preventing abuse and neglect. And something that I was thinking about recently, the trauma you talked about, there's something called ACEs study, called the Adverse Childhood Experiences. And through that, it's not just about sexual abuse, it's about physical abuse, it's about emotional abuse, it's about trauma within the household, about violence against moms, it's about drug abuse, it's about incarceration, divorce. That's all kinds of trauma that affects kids. And what we found out through, I guess, Kaiser Permanente and the CDC, that this also affects the long-term health of many people. Asthma, diabetes, arthritis, heart disease, and even early onset of death are affected by the ACEs study, Adverse Childhood Experiences. And the more experiences you have, the more likely you're able to be able to have some of these situations. So it's important that we stop the trauma before it happens. And that's what CAP is all about. Rutgers did a study a number of years ago that said kids that have had the CAP program have a higher level of self-esteem than kids that don't, are able to stop situations of assault that happen and are able to report it. Because usually when it happens, kids think nobody's going to believe me, it's my fault. So it's important for kids to understand how to stop the situation and with the realities of assaults, not the myths. So thank you for giving us this platform. And it's such a valued, thing for kids. Like Lynette said, the statistics are outrageous. 1 in, 3 kids, girls, 1 in 4 to 7 boys will be assaulted by the time they're 18 years old. That's a horrific number. So we need to stop that and at least know the kids have value.
Thank you so much to you both for being here. I know we're going to be talking a little bit more this month. Lynette is going to be a guest on this Thursday. The Groove happens on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Lynette is going to be a guest. We're going to talk a little bit more about trauma, about this, but we're also going to talk some music. Lynette is one of our performers for the Love and Unity Fest coming up on May 21st. And you guys, again, if you haven't been to the Love and Unity Fest, this is the year. This is the year to come out on May 21st if you're in Jersey or in the New York, New Jersey area. And if not, we will live stream portions of it. And we also will be looking forward to Dwayne coming back as well. We're going to schedule some time, hopefully this month, for you to return, and hope that NJCAP and MHA will be at the fest as well with some information for everybody. To both of you, I want to thank you for being here. I'm going to try and bring Pastor Darren back in. He's going to close us out. And we're going to share the video one more time with everyone. And I'm going to have some closing remarks. All right. Thank you, Lynette. Thank you, Dwayne.
Thank you. Take care.
You guys, thank you so much. Let's bring Pastor Darren back in. Hey, Pastor Darren, how's it going? Do we have our audio back yet, sir? No, it looks like we're still having some audio trouble. All right, Pastor Darren, if you have a different computer device, why don't you try going out and coming back in real quickly, and let's try that. All right, thank you, Pastor Darren. To everybody else, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I just want to ask a couple of things of you guys, and thank you again for your comments. I have 3 requests. 3. I put up 2 fingers, 2 hands, but I only meant 1. First, I want to thank you for hanging out with me tonight. We're about to show the video one additional time, and then it will launch on YouTube, and you will be able to check it out from there. But listen, I need your support. I would like to ask of you guys, first to subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. That's how we keep in touch. Follow me on the social platforms. Of course, I would love for you to share the link to the video on your social media networks. Thank you, Sandra. I see you so much. Yes, thank you. I'm so happy that I could do that. I would like you guys to share the link to the video on your social media networks, your pages, your email crews, your groups. Please share the link to this video, because you never know who it can touch. You never know whose heart it will lift. You never know who it might encourage to step out of the shadow and the darkness and overcome by seeing someone else who had the courage to stand. So please share this link to the video or to this song with everyone that you can. And I'd like you to please post, write something on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, tweet about it. They say if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, did it ever fall? If no one knows about tonight, did it really happen? I need you guys to let people know that you were here, that you were at this premiere, that you've seen it, whether it's this or the replay, live or replay, and let people know to come back on Thursday. I'm going to have more information, and let them know about this song, Trauma. I am beyond humbled to have gotten to this place. When this journey has not been easy, and I stand before you as someone who's experienced all of the emotions that comes with an experience such as this. But I want to say, for myself, God is able. He is able to heal, and He is able to bring you through. If it's His will that we go through, He will get us through. And it's only by His grace that I am with you today that I can stand and sing those words. And I hope that this song empowers you, empowers anyone that you share it with, to be not only to shine, but to be light for others. I also want to say to the parents, I am a parent, I'm a dad, I'm a father, I am a proud, happy father. And I want to say to the parents of those who have children who have been through this, it's not your fault. I want to say that it's not your fault. Forgive. If you have to forgive yourself, if there's any forgiveness to be had, please do so that you can be a support to the loved one that did experience it. And I know that's not easy, but please, it's not your fault. It's no one's fault. I'm here today to share this, to help someone else who may have gone through it. And that is not an easy realization, but it is the realization. And if this song does that, if it helps anyone else, then it has accomplished what it was intended to do. Pastor Darren is not able to get back in, but I'm going to ask him to return. But if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to pray as we officially launch this. And wherever you are, if you would join me in a word of prayer as your faith guides you. Help me to pray as we officially launch this song. Dear God, I thank you so much for this celebration, this victory. I thank you for the triumph of coming to the realization that we're not victims, we're overcomers, and we're survivors. And our purpose is greater than the experience that we had. I pray that you will give voice to those who felt they had to be silent, that you would give courage to those who have been living in fear, and that you will allow those who have been in darkness to become light. I pray that your every will for this song be done, for this video be done, and that it is used in your plan for healing throughout this world. And I ask all of this, I ask in the name of Jesus. I pray. Amen. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much. And now I leave you with one more presentation of this music video, Trauma.
There was a boy, a shy little guy from a town not far from here, where he learned a little too soon a grown-up word called fear. And he'd hide beneath the sheets playing peekaboo, but nobody knew the trauma he'd been through. Ooh, child, trauma, don't let it take your light. Ooh, it's gonna get brighter when you shine that light you hide so deep within, won't let you in, child. Trauma, don't let it take your light. He grew up, never said one word about that day when he learned that fairy tales and the world were not the same, and the superheroes don't always come to save the day. So he taught himself to trust never again. And, ooh, child, trauma, don't let it take your light. Ooh, it's gonna get brighter when you shine that light you hide so deep within, won't let you in, child. Trauma, don't let it take. Don't let it take your light. Well, that never again became imprisonment, invisible for the eyes to see, especially me. And the more I tried to keep it all inside, the more I knew I had to be free. The light you hide so deep within
Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Pastor Darren is back with us, and I know that his time is so valuable and precious. So I want to at least allow him to say some final words. I know we've prayed, but maybe at least get his thoughts on the video and anything he'd like to share, a word of encouragement. I want to thank Akima. Thank you for your comments. I see Yasmin out there. Thank you so much. And Tyron Senior, thank you as well. Thank you guys. Tim, thank you for hanging out and just being an encourager. Thank you so much. Let's bring Pastor Darren in for final words. Pastor Darren.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great.
Thank you.
No,
So,
I apologize to everyone for the technical difficulty. I do not understand what happened, but so excited to be here with you, and thank you for having me.
Yes, sir, man. So we have quite a few that are still with us. I just imagine that an additional reflection on the video and your overall thoughts on healing might be a wonderful way to close us out.
Yes. First of all, I'm just so excited to be a part of this global movement that I know is going to happen. You are such an influence and you are so impactful. You are a gift. And we thank God for all that He is doing through you. The artistry and your ministry are absolutely phenomenal. So I'm excited to be a part. And as I watched the video, it was mind-blowing. It touches the heart, and it allows us to get in position to be healed. So many times we try to hide and we try to cover, and we're not transparent because we are ashamed. We feel rejected, we feel broken, we feel wounded because of things that have happened in our past. And first thing I want to say is that if you need to have someone to talk to, God has given us in this earth people who are wise and have wisdom that can counsel us through every situation that we're going through. Even the Bible talks about in the book of Proverbs that there is safety in the counsel of a multitude. And so please understand this. Don't feel like you can't talk to someone if you need help. Now, the thing about that is we want to pray that God will guide you to the right person to talk to, because you can't share a lot of your personal situations, brokenness, wounds with everybody, but you have to use wisdom in those that you choose. You have to find somebody who can hear about your trauma and not be traumatized by it so that they can help you to get through it. But the great thing about it is you're still here and you survived it. So you are a champion. And the fact that you made it speaks volumes as to who you are. So I'm going to continue to pray and encourage everyone to allow yourself an opportunity to talk to someone and heal. But one of the first steps to healing is letting everyone else go. Don't let anyone ever hold you hostage to your past. There is nothing wrong with you. You are great. You are incredible. You are all that and some. And God has His hands on you. You have a story to tell, and the story that you tell may help someone else. So we want people to get into position where they aren't afraid to share this story. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. So don't be afraid to talk about what you're going through. Don't be afraid to be transparent. Just know that talking about it is the first step towards healing. But it was not your fault that it happened. There are so many of us that have experienced it as a child, and we grew up carrying that weight, carrying that hurt, carrying that wound, and still holding the people that did that damage to us hostage. But in order to get our healing, we have to first learn how to let it go. And so that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Know that you are a winner. Know that you are successful. And know that the trauma that you went through did not kill you and could not destroy you. So you are resilient. And that is an amazing thing to understand. So I thank God that I'm talking to a group of survivors, and know that God has so much more in store for you. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man what God has prepared for you. So thank you again for this opportunity to share and to just give closing remarks. But I am excited about where this is going, and the world will be healed because of one man that had a vision to share what was in his heart. So thank you, Carl, for all your love and what you have done.
Thank you, Pastor Darren. Thank you so much, man. That means the world to me. And I hope that we can have you back and we can talk a little bit more, because I think the perspective from faith is valuable and important in this entire conversation of healing. So thank you, my friend, for being here, and I know we're going to be talking more.
Oh yeah, and God is able to do all things but fail, so He got you.
All right, thank you, sir, and everybody. The Groove happens every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Right here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. You go to carlbrister.com for my music and videos. Also, of course, subscribe here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and I'm on IG at Carl Brister Official. Guys, you know, we're having this great event this week, the bike ride, May 7th. I hope you guys can come out. I'm going to leave you just with that. And thank you so much. Please remember, share the link to the video, post on your social network or social media about tonight and your thoughts about this song, and tag me, please. And support, come out to these events, because we're doing this together. And thank you guys for being here tonight. God bless you. God bless you. And I will see you Thursday and Saturday at the ride. Hey guys. Shout out my boy Rick. What up, Rick?